Mai's Harpy Orichalcos deck. This deck is a lot of fun and it is a bit of a different take on the Harpy Lady deck. So this is Mai's deck from Season 4 of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. That's the Orichalcos arc. This was from a time when she joined up with Doma, used the Seal of Orichalcos, the anime version, and just got a whole bunch of powerful cards to really upgrade her deck and make her a lot stronger than she was in Battle City. So this deck is that deck basically, but it's got a little bit of an upgrade with some of the real life Harpy cards, some of the things that she wouldn't have had access to at that time. However, it does have a bit of a different strategy from the regular Harpy decks, which I will go over in a second. So first thing to cover here is this deck. I have put in a couple banned cards. That is Barry, Statue of the Stormwinds, and Simorg, Bird of Sovereignty. If you don't want to use any banned cards in your deck, feel free to take these out and replace them with any of these cards that I'm showing here in my side deck. Any of these cards are good options to have in the deck instead of those two, but the reason I put them in is just to show what they can do in this deck, because they are really strong cards and can be a win condition on their own. Just getting out Simorg, Bird of Sovereignty can just win you the game, and he's only a link free and really easy to summon in this deck. Mai would definitely use it if she had it. So next thing to cover here is that this deck has a bit of a different strategy from the regular Harpy deck. So a regular Harpy Lady deck, the deck focuses on destroying your opponent's spell and trap cards, right? That's what Harpies do. They're all about back row control, which is why they're not so good into the modern meta. In today's day and age, back row isn't that strong. People are more focused on monster effects. You know, monster effects are where it's at, and back row removal just isn't as strong as it used to be. However, this version of the deck runs a little bit more differently. Instead of focusing on spell and traps, this deck actually focuses on monsters. So our main strategy here is to special summon a bunch of Harpy monsters. We've got a few different ways we can do that. First of all is Nightmare Tri-Mirror. This is a card that's only in the anime and is used by Mai in her Orichalcos deck. This card, when it's activated, you can special summon copy tokens of one of your monsters with the same attack, defense, level, attribute, name, etc. as one monster you control. And you can summon any number of copy tokens up to the number of special summoned monsters that your opponent controls. And again, in today's day and age, people will be swarming the field with special summoned monsters. They'll probably have 5 special summon monsters on the field, and then you can trigger this card to special summon a bunch of Harpy tokens to your field, which is a really strong effect. Another effect that we have to supplement this is of course the anime version of the Seal of Orichalcos. This card gives us an extra of monsters in our spell and trap card zone, allowing us to have up to 10 monsters on the field, which is fantastic. We've also got the anime version of Elegant Egotist. Now, ignore what this effect does. It's really unclear what Elegant Egotist actually does in the anime. What it does is special summon the Harpy Lady Sisters. However, the Harpy Lady Sisters seem to be 3 separate monsters, so it's a little bit unclear as to what that does, but its effect on the card in the anime reads the same as real life, so, you know, hard to say. What I've done for this version of the deck, and I found works out the best, is I've included these 2 normal monsters, Harpy Lady Sister, right? These are the Harpy Lady Sisters, so when I use Elegant Egotist, I basically summon these 2, give them the same attack as the monster that I've got on the field, the Harpy I already have, because that's how Elegant Egotist works in the anime, right? It clones your Harpies and creates 2 Harpy Lady Sisters with the same attack as a Harpy on your field. So that's what I've done for this deck, and I found that running that version instead of tokens actually works a lot better, because it makes it a lot easier to get 3 Harpies in your graveyard, which is important for the use of Harpy's Feather Rest. That's really strong there, and even works well with Hysteric Party. Now, the secondary strategy of this deck is first of all swarm the field, then we have access to our Harpy Lady Phoenix formation. The anime version of this is much stronger than the real life version. So this card lets you target as many monsters your opponent controls as possible, up to the number of Harpy monsters that you control. That includes your Harpy Lady Sisters and your copy tokens when they're summoned using a Harpy Lady monster. So then you can destroy a bunch of monsters your opponent controls, and then they take damage equal to the combined attack of all the monsters that were destroyed. That is a very powerful effect, and then of course the only downside is that your harpy monsters can't attack that turn, but that's okay because you can link them away and summon other monsters to attack instead. Another card that we have to supplement this deck is the Claw of Hermos. Now obviously this is Jonuchi's card, it's not Mai's card. However, Mai did pick it up after she defeated Jonuchi in their second duel, and she used it against Raphael. We don't know if she could actually use this card, we don't know what she was able to summon with this card, but I've chosen 3 particularly powerful Hermos fusions based on the real life cards and the anime version. So we've got the real life version of Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword, which you can summon using your Harpy Pet Dragon. We've got the anime version / real life version, well the real life version with the anime effects, let me explain, Rocket Hermos Cannon and Time Magic Hammer. So Rocket Hermos Cannon you can summon using a warrior monster, that would be our SP Little Knight, very easy to bring out on the field, and its effect is the anime effect that I've got on, destroys all of your opponent's monsters and then they take damage equal to the combined attack of those monsters. That is a ridiculous effect, easy OTK right there. And Time Magic Hammer's anime effect, we summon it with a spellcaster monster, that being our the Wind Charmer Verdant. Very easy to summon again. This card's effect is during the next standby phase after you use its effect, all of your opponent's monsters just get banished, right? Removed from play, every monster they control gone. That is a very powerful effect. Now they will come back in a certain number of turns based on our dice roll, but by that point you've probably finished them off anyway. Like, that's gonna do it. Banishing all of your opponent's monsters, no target, that's completely ridiculous. That is very, very strong. So the last thing to note with this deck is the Harpy's Feather Storm. This card is insane. We use the real life version. You can activate it from your hand if you control a Harpy monster, and its effect is that until the end of the turn, it negates any monster effects that your opponent activates. So that shuts down all of your opponent's monster effects. Definitely need 3 of those, and we also have a couple of Forbidden Droplets. Same thing, this card shuts down card effects, but you just have to send cards from your hand or field to the graveyard. Now this card is especially good in this deck because you can use it by sending your Hysteric Sign. When Hysteric Sign is sent to the graveyard during the end phase, you can add 3 different Harpy cards from your deck to your hand, and that is kind of insane. Like, that is a very strong effect. Just gets 3 Harpies into your hand. Use that on your opponent's turn with Forbidden Droplet to stop their monster effects. It's, yeah, I don't need to tell you, that's fantastic. That is really good. A couple other anime cards we have is, of course, Arrow Nail, Mai's equip spell that she uses. Card of Sanctity, which she also uses to draw 6 cards, fantastic card. And Harpy Lady Sparrow Formation, which just reduces damage that turn to 0 and stops your monsters from being destroyed. So that's just, it's basically Waboku, right? It's Waboku, last the turn, but you need Harpies on the field, so I don't know, it's not that good, but she uses it, we use it, we gotta have it, it's an integral part of her deck. Now, one last thing to note is that during the Orichalcos arc, Mai uses, in her first duel, she uses Harpy Lady. In her second duel, she uses Cyber Harpy Lady. I thought Cyber Harpy Lady was a bit more fitting, but if you want, you can swap her out for Harpy Lady number 1, which has its attack boosting effect, which is probably a much better choice than Cyber Harpy Lady, but Cyber Harpy has stronger attack, which is good. When combined with copy tokens and Elegant Egotist, you summon stronger monsters anyway, so it's not such a big deal to swap her out for Harpy Lady number 1. I think Cyber Harpy's good, I think it fits the deck better, and it's a stronger monster. I think it works really well with this deck. So that is all you need to know about this deck. Now, let's check out those replays and see it in action.
マイ、お前もペガサスに呼ばれたのか。
ペガサス、私が始末した。
マイ、どういうことだよ。
あんたたちがここから出るにはデュエルで私を倒すしかないの。
マイ、何言ってんだよマイ。
城之内、まずはお前からだ。 通常召喚以外の方法で召喚したモンスターの数だけ自分のフィールドに出ているモンスターのコピートークンを特殊召喚できる。リバースカードをオープン。ハーピーの羽吹雪。バトルシティであんたたちが得たもの、それを私も手に入れたい。デュエリストとして何者にも負けない力を。
知らなかった。そんなに苦しんでたのか。そんなに追い詰められてたのかよ、マイ。
私はあんたたちに追いつきたい。手札からマジックカードを鳳凰の陣発動。このカードは自分のフィールドにいるハーピーレディの数だけ相手モンスターを破壊する。城之内、私はもう昔のクジャク舞じゃない。私は生まれ変わったのよ。新たな力、オレイカルトスの力を得てね。漆黒に染まりしマジックカードよ、暗黒の魂を呼び覚ますがいい。フィールド魔法オレイカルトスの結界。
やめろ、マイ。俺はお前と戦いたくねえ。万華鏡華麗なる分身を発動。このカードはハーピーを分身させ特殊召喚する。
オレイカルコスの結界。オレイカルコスの結界の効果でハッピーレディを後衛に下げる。手札からマジックカード発動。ハーピーの羽ぼうき。
お前の勝ちだ、マイ。
冗談値。冗談値。
悪いな、結局何もしてやれなくてよ。でもお前の魂が奪われなくてよかったぜ。
冗談値。
デュエル楽しかったぜ。